Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all for class 10 science. Topic is acid, bases and salt. This is the part 3. Okay. In this you learned what are acids and bases, the physical properties and chemical properties we learned. Now how to judge the given substance, how strong an acid or a base is. We know it is an acid and a base. But in that also how much strong the acid is and how much strong the base is, that we should know. Now how can we know that? We can know by the indicators. As I said you in the previous class, with the litmus paper we can say whether it is an acid or a base. After that also that litmus paper will say only it is an acid or a base, but how much strong we don't know. Then coming to the next, this is the second indicator, olfactory indicator. What is the meaning of that? That also I told you. Once again I'll repeat. Those substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic media are called olfactory factors. Means with the smell we can indicate whether it is an acid or a base. Smell of onion or vanilla diminishes in a base, means it becomes less. Diminishes means it becomes less, the smell of vanilla and onion, and remains as it is in an acid. If you mix any substance, an acid substance, the smell will not change, but once you mix with the base, the smell changes. With the smell we can indicate it is an acid or a base, but how much strong and how much weak we don't know with that also. For that we have one more indicator known as universal indicator. Universal indicator, those indicators which not only detect nature of other chemicals but also determine their acidic or basic strength, means how much strong it is, how much what it is, how much power it has. Okay, so for that universal now indicator is what? It is nothing but pH paper. It is a kind of paper. P stands for potence. In Greek, P stands for potence, that is nothing but the strength. What is the strength we are trying to find? We are trying to find that H plus ion. What is H plus ion here? H plus ions are nothing but the hydrogen ions present in the given substance. Once we dilute the acidic or basic substance in water, we get H plus ions. Once if the H plus ions are more, then it is acidic in nature. If it is less, then it is basic in nature. Okay. Now what happened? If it is 7, from 0 to 7, it is acidic in nature. From 7 to 14, it is basic in nature. As you move towards from 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 is the basic, okay, substance. Now if we say here 0, 1, 2, 3, all these substances are acidic. How can I give the number? Based on the H plus ion. Once you mix the substance in the liquid, that is the water, it gives out H plus ion. In the last class, the chemical reactions, I told you how the H plus ions comes out. Now if the H plus ions are more, then it is acidic in nature. If it is less, then it is basic in nature. What will be more in basic? That will be OH minus ion. OH will be more and H plus will be less in basic substances. Now if it is 7, then it is neutral. It is neither acidic nor basic in nature. It will be neutralization. Now coming to this, with the H plus ion we are going to detect. Now this pH paper, that is the potence strength of H plus ion, can be seen on a paper. That is a common paper what we have in, that will be yellow in color. For that we will dip the paper in the liquid given solution, then we have to see the color. Now how to detect which is acidic or basic? Now you can see the figure, page 26, figure number 2.7 in your textbook. Okay, now you can see here, this is the pH scale. There are many colors. Okay, now which are the colors we have? Just to remember from the basic side, that is, this is violet, indigo, then VIB, blue, green, or yellow, orange and red. That is nothing but the Vidgayor, right? You remember the colors of the light. That is what it is in this scale. Okay, if it is violet, it is basic in nature. Even indigo, even blue, even green. Okay, till you can see the 7, right? All these colors are basic in nature. When the paper turns, that is the pH paper turns into this color, the given substances are basic in nature. Once it goes to the other side, that is light green, orange, red, this yellow, all this comes under acidic. If the paper turns into this color, the given substance is an acid. So from this indicator we can understand that the given substance, how much strong and how much weak it is. If just by keeping the paper next to it, we can indicate whether it is 3, 2 or 1. Okay, if it is 1, it is more acidic. If it is 4, then it is less acidic. Okay, that is how we will indicate from the pH scale. Okay, now I said you about the pH scale. Why it should be important in our daily life? It should have, when we are learning something, we should know what is the importance of it. Now, in our daily life, you know our body. What is our body pH scale? Our body pH scale is 7 to 7.8. That is what? It is neutral. It is neither acidic nor basic. Our body is, what is the pH of our body? It is 7 to 7.8. Not only our body, all the living organisms, it is in narrow range. What is the narrow range here? That comes between 6 to 8. Okay, the narrow range is between 6 to 8. It will not be too much acidic or basic. All the living organism, it will be neutralized. Okay, then coming to the acid rain. Acid, you have seen the rain, they will say the starting rain is acidic. Why is it so? Because it contains sulfur dioxide. The pollution contains sulfur dioxide which goes up and mixes in the cloud and gives the rain with acidic nature. That is, if the pH is 5.6. Okay, if the pH of the rain, that is the water, is 5.6, then we say the rain is acidic. Now what happens if it is acidic? If it is acid rain, means it damages soil, crops, all the monuments. Monuments in the sense like Taj Mahal. Now the color of the Taj Mahal is diminishing. Why? Because of the acid rain. Acid rain contains sulfur dioxide which diminishes the white color of Taj Mahal. Then not only that, in tooth decay, coming to your tooth. Tooth is what we have, right? Tooth decay. How is it? Now the food you eat last night, you will leave it as it is, right? What happens, the shining portion of our tooth is known as tooth enamel. Tooth enamel is the hardest substance of our body. Which is the hardest substance of our body? Tooth enamel. The outer part of the tooth is the hardest substance of our body and it is made up of calcium phosphate. What is it made up of? Calcium phosphate. The food which was left out in night will change its form to acidic. Means the food left over, if you don't rinse your mouth properly before sleeping, the food what we had eaten, it will be acidic in nature. It reacts with the calcium phosphate, means the bacteria comes, the germs, and it reacts with the food which is present in our mouth. Then what happens? That is, the calcium phosphate reacts with acid. Which acid? The food acid which is present in our mouth, and it starts corroding the enamel of the tooth. Once it's corroded, then what happens? The bacteria, the germs, when go inside in your tooth and it starts tooth decaying. For that, what we have to do? What we have to do is we should rinse our mouth properly and use a proper toothpaste. What the toothpaste consists of? Mild base. Okay, toothpaste will consist of mild bases. Now, what are the bases? Base is nothing but NaOH, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Those are bases. Mild base it contains. It reacts. Now, toothpaste will react with acid and it neutralizes. The whatever the left out acidic food was remaining, once you brush your teeth, the base of the toothpaste reacts with the acid and it neutralizes. As I said in the last class, acid plus base, what happens? Gives salt and water. Similarly, it will be neutralizing. Okay. Then coming to the next. What is now in the stomach? pH in our digestive system. Okay. What is the importance in our digestion? Our stomach releases HCl acid. Okay. Our stomach, what it releases? HCl acid for digestion of food. Whenever we eat food, sometimes you feel acidity. Acidity in the sense what? You will be having more acidity, means it is a problem. Improper. Why it happens? Because improper timing of your diet. You will eat proper every day 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. The next day, if you eat by 4 o'clock, our stomach will start working. No, our stomach will have its own time to release the acids for the food to digest. If it is more, means the time gap is more, then the acid is released. Once the acid is released, then we cannot stop for that. So it creates a problem. Improper timing of your diet, or the next is overeating. If you eat more food, that time also acidity creates. And abnormal or the junk food, consuming the junk food, it creates acidity in your stomach. What to do with that? So for that they will give antacid. The tablets or the tonic what they give contains antacid in it. Acidity mixes with mild base and forms antacid. Which are the antacid given? That is nothing but milk of magnesia or magnesium hydroxide. To control HCl, that is magnesium hydroxide tablets or tonic is given to neutralize your stomach. Now, not only that, in the nature, animals also contain acids and plants. Now, for example, honeybee. Once the honeybee is sting, means once it bites you, what happens? It causes pain and irritation. What will you do now? For that, just take baking soda and just put little on that. Okay, baking soda. What happens? It neutralizes. It neutralizes and the pain relief. Why? Because honeybee sting contains acid. Okay. Then similarly, not only honeybee, even the nettle leaves. Leaves you have seen, the thorns. Okay, nettle leaves contain methanoic acid that cause burning pain. Understood? This is how the pH in our daily life will work. So if we know what is happening inside, then we can give the treatment for that. Okay, not only that, even the soil. For the agriculture, we should know how much the soil contains the pH. To grow the crops also, we should have the proper pH scale. Means whether the soil is acidic or basic. If it is acidic, we should mix the bases to make it neutralize and grow the crops. That's how the fertilizers are used. So we should know this. Thank you.